City ain't no fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of
Answer.
Let's keep shitting on Pete Davidson.
I don't think today is the best day to shit on Pete Davidson, to be totally honest with you. Maybe we skip today and start again tomorrow.
George Bush did that to him in 2001.
What a hot start for that one, dude. You're a crazy type of guy, man.
You're the one that wanted to talk it. I don't know.
Nah,
We got
he
Chris
did.
Wood on the couch. We're talking
Yeah.
9/11.
Thank you for having me.
Hell
for
yeah,
coming,
dude. Thanks for
man.
coming on.
You did the show on Saturday on
I did.
late notice.
It was fucking incredible. For the listener that isn't familiar with Chris Wood, Chris had a podcast called Oral Presentations.
Yep.
I'll let you give the rundown on what it was. What it is still, right? Like you're still...
Yeah, I've
doing
kind
it,
of stopped
right?
the public episodes to get my shit together, but we did a live show on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's just low pressure learning, but the live show is that you get 5 comics and make them explain something to an audience. And so I had a late drop, and you have to make slides for the show. And I saw you on Sunday at the Philly Comedy Fest, and you had like, I don't know, good energy to you, but it was weird. I never see you. And so then it got to like Thursday, and I was like, I'm going to text Montag. Fuck it, he'll do it. If he does it, he'll do a good job. And so you showed up. The wife and kids understood.
Yeah, they it led to a fight because true to form for myself, you asked me on Thursday, and I was like, yes, Thursday night, I'm going to sit down and bang out these slides. And then I fell asleep on the couch, and then neglected work, and I was like, I'm going to definitely knock these slides out on Friday. Fell asleep on the couch again Friday night, and then Saturday morning had the, oh, fuck, I got to bang these out. But I think I've lived my entire life doing
Yeah, I
shit
could feel the
last
panic in the
minute.
text messages from you. You're like,
Oh,
dude, check
yeah.
out the slideshow.
Oh,
It was just
really?
funny.
Well, because
Yeah.
there was a text first where I was like, fuck, dude, I got oral presentations. And he was like, that's awesome. And I was like, I'm going to do the slides right now. And then it was like, I'll get around to them.
Did you do the headers or anything, or did you leave it totally blank, anxiety time?
I did like, I did an outline on my phone.
Okay.
Of just like slide
That's
one. then
something
slide
to go
two.
back to.
So I did have that. I was impressed. I woke up like, I did that half asleep. I think I do my best work half asleep.
Yeah.
I've woken up to so many. I wrote my dad's eulogy while I was hammered, but I wrote his eulogy and woke up and just like read it, and I was like, oh shit,
Damn, I'm the coolest sleepy
Yeah,
guy
I'm
of all
great.
time, dude.
I should drink whiskey more often.
You start
On the
drinking it
porch.
again.
I woke up on the porch. That was dark times.
You wrote your dad's eulogy, blacked out, and woke up outside?
Actually, I blacked out.
That's how
our buddy-
Hemingway did most shit.
Yeah,
he was
True.
fucking
That's
hammered
how
the whole
Hemingway
time.
wrote all of his dad's eulogies.
And he was gay, too, no? Was he the one who was gay?
Probably. I think all writers are gay at some point, right?
He's died
I
long
don't
enough
think
ago that we
Hemingway
can say
was
he's gay.
gay.
Which one was? One of them was gay. I think Walt Whitman might have been
Walt
gay.
Whitman was gay.
My bad.
Yeah,
Buried a mere
Blades of
miles
Grass.
from here.
Might be.
Walt Whitman's buried in that cemetery in Camden over
That one's
there.
on me for the Hemingway. But as you were saying, the oral presentations
Yeah,
are going
oral
together.
presentations.
Yes.
So did you decide on 10 slides before you started, or did you? Because you
No.
ended up with 10 slides, where like Del Calo came with like 41.
Yeah.
And
that
then
was,
somebody else came with 10 though.
but it was
Yeah.
41 slides that he's had for 7 years, right?
yeah, and he
he
didn't
said he
remember
made-
that he had 41 slides. He sent it to me the day of, and
Dude,
then
he did it, not to spoil, but like he did, and I think Jake filmed it too, so there's like good footage of this, I'm hoping.
oh yeah, but don't give it away because he might do it again.
Okay, I
But
won't
yeah.
give it away.
Yeah,
Fuck.
dude.
I mean, today of all days, if you do see it, think of what today is the punchline. I don't know. Sorry. I'm just.
okay,
It was a
bro.
9/11 thing.
But he
Anyway.
did show up with yeah.
Because that was like his present. So Del Calo gave his presentation and the video at the end, which was like the literal punctuation mark on the whole set.
Yeah.
wouldn't play.
Nobody liked
And
it?
he was it wouldn't play, as in it wouldn't.
Oh, shit, I thought you meant
they
it
hit
sucked. I was like,
play,
what a dick
and the
thing to say.
computer said they got on the God mic and they were like, it doesn't say play because this is a picture. And he's like, it's got to be a video. It just has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Del Calo was fourth in the lineup, so it was Rainey after him, and then I was going to do a short one to finish it up. And Del Calo did have, I knew he had media on his first slide and his seventh slide, but I was transferring it to Google Slides that day, like 3 hours before the show. So I didn't check the rest of them. They all look like pictures. So I was like, fuck it, he's fine. His last one is a video that you need for it to hit. And so then I'm watching the show as Del Calo's up there, and I remember what it was, and I know I didn't import it.
Because
And
they
I-
did this at Good like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, like a
And he
long
did it
time
there,
ago.
yeah.
But yeah, same thing. So I see John, and he's yelling at the sound booth, and I can't help him, and I just let him die. I'm just sitting there watching him. Like, if I talk, it makes it worse.
Yeah,
Fuck it,
yeah.
let's go. John's been
You
doing
really
this for a
did.
while.
It was like you had 2 kids and like one of them's about to get hit by a car, and you're like, all right, well, I can either go yell at someone at Helium and not get this show here ever again.
Yeah,
Or I
I
can
was
just let
like-
my other kid fucking get wiped out on the highway.
So the
But I
video,
know he's got strong bones.
There you
You
go,
know,
yeah.
I knew
Good
John's
bones.
got strong
Yeah, he
bones
might
in
not-
that analogy. Let him take a hit from a Volvo.
Right.
Yeah, he knows the
He's
role,
all right.
yeah, he's going to walk a little weird for years, but, you know,
Pelvis is fucked up.
give him a
It's
good
all right.
story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching that happen. I knew the sound. I didn't. Afterwards, I got told that the sound booth girl, it was like her first time doing sound. For
Oh, wow.
Anything, and I was impressed.
That's when you
with
want to
that.
throw somebody on their first time. 4:30
Yeah,
on a
predominantly
Saturday.
I was
slideshow.
impressed because she went
Yeah.
back and forth with John, and it didn't really miss. The audience was still into it.
Oh, yeah, it
and
was-
I was watching the train wreck happen that I caused.
The
and I
train
was like,
wreck
this is
was
still
crushing
okay.
throughout. Like, he rode the wave of videos
Yeah, you can
not
figure-
playing
yeah.
very well.
Right.
He had like 6 videos, and I imported 2 of them.
Yeah.
But the first 2 worked, and I was like, "Come on, John, wrap it up, wrap it up." But
Oh,
then after,
The
shit.
one that did work, so it won't give away anything, but he did his presentation on Entourage.
Yeah.
The one that did work was he played the entire minute and 30-second long intro to Entourage
Damn.
and just had the whole crowd sit and listen to it.
when I imported that, I couldn't believe that
It was
worked.
incredible.
It was like an hour or a minute 9.
You could
I was
see
like,
everyone's
"Holy shit."
faces. They're just like, I mean, he's not going to let it go all the way to the, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
is
He
And-
started dancing though. He really loves it. That's why it worked. It wasn't bullshit. He was like, "Oh, yeah," like playing
was
fucking
fucking
drums
incredible.
and shit.
So the other videos, it was just like a blank thing up there that wouldn't. Just
No, he
like,
would start
embed
yelling
him?
at the sound booth.
I'm
I'm watching all of it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, dude, that's got to be it." I know the last was a video, but they kept going back and forth. So then, in between, I came out and copped that it was my fault. Let the audience know, let the sound booth know, so
Yeah.
the club didn't get made.
True.
But then Rainey went up, and then in the in between, Del Calo was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna get him to play that video." I was like, "If you can get him to load that video up in time, that's fine. I'll bring you out with me, and then we'll finish the show like that." So
Yeah.
in Rainey's like 12 minutes, Del Calo made it work. That he sent it to the sound booth put it up, and then I brought him out on stage, and then
which
we played
was
it.
such a gamble because it was literally
Not if you knew what it was. I knew.
no, knowing what it was, but not knowing. Well, I found out right before. Somebody leaned over from the back. I think Jake leaned over and told me what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you afterwards, not to ruin the joke.
But
But
Was
Yeah,
the video intentionally shitty and it was like not worth getting up, or was it like?
no, the video was so worth getting up.
Oh,
No, it's
true.
great.
It's
Okay.
so good.
The
We'll tell
lead-in's
it
like
afterwards.
almost too long that you think it's gonna suck hard.
But it was like
really
'cause
works.
Chris
Yeah.
did such a great job of setting up the show, saying like, "All right, you guys are going to see me, and then I'm going to come back up and wrap it up, and then we're going to be done." So once he came up again, everyone in their mind is like, "This is over," and then Del Calo walks out.
That's
Yeah.
It's
actually-
just like it's not fucking over.
That's so sick. That'd be like if the feature forgot a joke and at the end of the headliner set, he's like, "This is actually what I wanted to
Yeah.
say in the middle part."
Actually, guys, there's this tag on that third joke I had.
But I felt like it was my fault anyway, and the audience would go with it, and I knew what it was. It
Right.
was probably gonna work. So I
Yes.
was like,
It-
all right, let's
and it
risk
did.
it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It did. It was like the perfect little bow. But it was it all kind of the fun part of that show is I realized it's like almost like the worse your stuff goes, the better it can be because it's like the whole idea of is it's a bunch of idiots giving like telling a story or teaching a
Yeah.
crowd of people something.
Yeah, it's at the 4:30 slot too. I picked that matinee slot because
Yeah.
I want like expectations. Like, yo, these people are not really teachers, but like they are gonna try to explain something they love.
I was thinking about that. There had to have been at least one couple in the crowd that it was their first time ever going to a comedy club, and the next day at work they were just like, "So you went to Helium last night? How was it?" And they're just like, "Man, comedy is different
Comedy
when you
is
go in
way
person."
different.
I don't know what that was.
True.
Do you know that there's slideshows? There's presentations.
Just all forms
it
of
makes me
Microsoft
want a
Office.
slideshow like during my comedy now. Because you said it,
Yeah.
like it's like driving a. What was your analogy you used? It's like driving a car where you can't find the gear.
Yeah, it's like the gears are like sticking, and you don't know what's going on, and it's kind of slushy out anyway. You can't really gauge it, but it's fun.
And then every once in a while it would catch.
sounds
and, like,
terrifying.
Yeah, but you're also in a green room with everybody else who's doing the show who's
Right.
never done
Ah,
it
that's
before.
fun.
So
You're all
there is a
driving at the same
strange
time.
camaraderie of like, how the fuck was that? Was
Right.
this all right?
It
All
was-
right, you're up.
yeah.
Let's go.
That fucking rules.
It was a fun, and I was glad I went first. I was glad things went good enough that I was like, "And good night," and I got a laugh and an applause, and then I just felt so much relief that I was like, I don't have to give a slideshow presentation again
True.
forever.
And then you get to watch the show too.
and
where
then
you're
I
like-
got to just sit
and
back.
root for people. Like, go for
Right,
it. Here
yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
It was awesome because you would get laughs like at moments where because I did the slides that morning, I forgot what most of the things next were. So like I just said to the crowd, I was like, "Hey, I'm seeing these for the first time too, guys. So bear with me." And like it would get a laugh on something where I was like, "Oh yeah, I did put a funny picture right there," or like you could get like extra laughs off of just putting good stuff on a slideshow.
Dude, you sent it to me and I saw it and I said, "This is good crud."
Sending
here.
it to you
That's good crud.
made me so nervous because sending it with no context around it and you just had to click through the
Oh,
shit
yeah,
my
dude.
brain came up with.
I had to figure out
I
how
was
Google
psyched to
Drive
get
works.
it because I had most of the other people's already, and I knew that it like what it looked like the visual of it looked different from everybody else and it looked
Yeah.
different from mine, so I figured it would play. And then like there's a lot of information on it, so I was psyched.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
knew
lot
it
of
was like-
information without a fact. I think I did
Yeah, but it
without
wasn't like bulleted reading because that would have been
Yeah.
that would have been death.
right.
So it was a lot to look at.
Yeah. No,
Fuck
but
yeah, dude.
last minute comedy is my new favorite thing.
2.5 days.
4:30 comedy with a slideshow.
And then I stuck around for the. I was telling you guys for the two.
Yeah, how did
They
that
got
go?
two guest sets. It was fucking incredible.
Busy body.
It was Scott Cease, great comic. He's the IKEA guy listener. If you guys have seen him on TikTok, he's very famous in the last couple of years for that. So he's touring like all over the place. And I started comedy kind of with him out in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
So like when Chris's show ended, we were hanging out at the bar, and I was like, I just want to go pop in and say hi to Scott. And I did, like in the back of my head, I was like, it'd be cool if he was like, hey. And I just like leaned in real quick and I was like, hey man. And he almost gave me a look like, yeah, we're going to get chicken fingers and nachos. Like he thought I was a server or somebody coming in.
Oh,
It'd be kind of fun. It'd be like if it's
Because I haven't seen him in years.
right. But if it was a movie, he'd be like, "Dude, I'd love to give you a spot, but we need a guy with a slideshow." And you're like, "It's actually fucking hilarious." You
It's
mentioned
in my
that, Scott.
bag,
Yeah.
actually.
he's
Yeah,
probably
so-
on autopilot too. Like he's probably not looking for familiar faces.
Right,
If
right.
he's
And
working
I
that
haven't seen
much-
him in person in 5 years probably. So it was like, yeah, probably 5, almost 6 years ago. So once he did realize we just caught up and he was like, you want to stick around and do the early show? And he did say just the early show. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, if you bomb, I can't promise
Can't
you
promise the
to.
second
I
one,
can't
yeah.
help So I was
you.
like, all right, cool. Yeah, so I did that and it was awesome, dude. It was sold out for the 7 o'clock. Like everyone was hammered drunk. So he does like everything work related. So people go there. One of the first things he'll do is like, anybody quit their job recently? And this girl in the back, she goes, today. And everyone looks over. She's hanging on for dear life on this bar stool.
Yeah.
In the back of Helio, like the high stools. And he's like, oh, where'd you work? And she's like, Lululemon. And then everyone really turns around. They're like, all right, well, now we really got to get a look at her. So the entire audience is just staring at her. And she just froze up. And as soon as they turned back, she just started like leaning to the side, almost fell off.
Oh no.
She made it through the whole
dude.
show. But I was like, if you did just quit your job, that's what you should. That's the state you should
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
at
get
7:30 on a Saturday.
You have to. Yeah.
It's the best way to do it.
100%.
was doing stand up like straight stand up after you did OP, like going back to regular stand up. Was it nicer?
It was like I felt so much more comfortable
Nice.
in like my material that I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a boost from it of like
Right.
at least I'm not dealing with all that bullshit.
It's like if like you went to and did like a bar show and bounced over to a mic or to another show.
Yeah.
How that second set, if the first one went good, you're like, all right, I'm happy, I'm ready to go.
True.
I usually feels better. It was like that times 10 because the whole show like ripped the whole time. I feel like.
fantastic.
And it was a good hang afterwards. That I was in a good spirit, except for when I had to continually text my wife, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not coming home."
Yeah, she had to be pumped.
And then
She's probably
again,
like,
I was like,
"That's so sick."
Hey, well, she was mad because she loves Scott Cease too. Because when I started comedy, she would come out to the mics.
Yeah.
we would quote his jokes in our house because he had like 2 really good bits that he would like crush with, and we'd always quote them. He threw them in his set too, and I think he threw them in just for me. He gave like a nod to the side.
Damn, dude.
And I was like, that feels pretty
that's
cool.
Fucking,
Yeah.
You'll be able to get in his little panarones.
Yeah.
You think you have feelings?
We kissed.
I think if he saw you do well, he
If
knew
his
you were
wife
there
wasn't
earlier,
there.
dude. Yeah, I think you definitely have a chance with him.
Scott, I'm just kidding. If you're ever back in the area, you're not watching this. What am I doing?
Also, shout out to your wife, that trooper. You stayed out till midnight and you had to do slides the 2 days before.
True.
Well
Yeah,
done, dude. She
it
put up with
caused
a
the
lot.
argument Saturday morning when I was on the couch. I was like, hey, give me like 30 minutes. I'll knock these slides out. We'll be
Yeah.
ready to go. And like 2 hours later, she was like, hey, it's Saturday morning. Your family wants to
Yeah.
do things. And I was like, you don't understand the pressure I'm under right now.
And
I was like,
she knows,
Chris needs this.
Thank you.
she knows comedy well enough.
Yell
that
at
she's
your
not
wife
gonna-
for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I told her, I said, Chris is going to come here and hit you if you keep this up.
It's important. It's a 4:30 show.
Yeah, no, but it was great.
Yeah, well, I was
fun.
saying she knows comedy well enough that she's not going to hit you with like, wow, 3 shows at Helium. How much did you make? And you're like,
Oh, yeah.
um,
No, there's no
I
chance.
had
of
4
that.
Diet Cokes.
Well, the experience was very valuable.
This
Yeah.
was totally valuable.
and
Well, that's the beauty of not drinking. I didn't spend like any money. I was starving, and I was sitting in the green room, and I didn't want to order from the waitress because I'm the 5-minute guest.
That would be crazy.
You know what I mean?
Like,
So
yeah,
I
the
just
guest
sat there and
yeah.
starved because I think I ate like a Cliff Bar on the way into Oral Presentations. and then I didn't eat anything in between the two. So
That's a long night.
I had a good Wendy's run though.
Yeah.
Son of Baconator.
No, dude, you should have gotten in the green room and wrote your name on the whiteboard where it's like, welcome, Tyler and Scott, and now John, too, also, please.
Why is it in permanent marker? I fucked up, all right?
It's in barbecue sauce.
That's a hell of a Saturday. Dude.
It was
crazy,
a great
dude.
Saturday. Yeah, followed by a very sleepy Sunday, but I got through it. Now I'm here.
Yeah, dude. It's good to be here.
It is good to be here. We haven't potted in, ew, I just said potted. We haven't recorded a podcast in 2 weeks.
I just did a hot turd of a podcast. We did our buddies' podcast on Saturday. Not their pod. I
It's
did
called
a hot
Hot
turd.
Turd.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm
you've
just
been on
kidding.
pods. You ever just get done and you're like, what the fuck was that for an hour straight?
I try to never do them.
Really?
I try to
shoot, we
fucking,
got 'em. We got
dude. I try to do my own, and then maybe some others if I got some shit going on.
Yeah,
like
true.
Montag hit me up and he did me a favor. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll come out to this.
I
Let's
appreciate
go,
it.
dude.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, what do you?
It was just our buddies have a podcast. I went over there the night before. I was at the Phillies game, and then Xfinity after, and it hurt. And
You
I felt it
dragging?
the next day. Oh, dude, I was dying. So we get there, and it's just like you're trying to formulate thoughts, and it just becomes like they talk about something, and you're like, oh yes, of course, without anything to add. I must have done that 4 times in a row.
Did you catch yourself doing it while you're doing it?
Well, it's the ones where you're like not even listening anymore. You're just trying to think of something, so it makes it even worse because you're not actually present for it.
Terrible panic.
Luckily, they're my friends, so at the end, I can be like, I'm a fucking loser, guys. I'm sorry. And they're like, that was not good, dude.
Were you hungover going into it?
I was starting
How
to
was
recover.
how was your chemistry going in?
It was good. And again, like I said, there are buddies. And, I saw Johnny's slideshow beforehand, so I was like, dude,
You're
anything's
cooking.
possible.
You're
Yeah.
good.
And,
Anything's possible.
That's why the first half hour
This
was
moron
okay.
could put this together in one morning.
I had the power of PowerPoint in my head for the first 30 minutes, and then I totally lost it the second half. And was just like the stuff I had to hit him up too because I couldn't think of anything. So I was like, I'll just be outlandish, which just resulted in the next day I had to text him and be like, can you take that out? That was stupid. Sorry.
That's
Yeah.
a terrible feeling.
Nightmare.
Yeah, that drive home anxiety of you're like, what did I just say?
Not even the drive home, dude. I spent 15 minutes driving through a monsoon. So I was like driving my girlfriend's car through fucking flooding, being like, it wasn't that bad, actually, dude. That was kind of funny.
Did you go caffeine before?
Who's that?
Did you go caffeine before?
Too much caffeine.
That'll do it.
Fucking
That'll
killed
do
me,
it.
dude. Yeah. Way too much. I doubled
Yeah.
up on a Monster. 2 for
Ooh.
$5.
And then you're just sitting there with your own thoughts.
Oh, God. And they're on fucking, they're just cramming in my head, dude. It was a total
Yeah, they're
nightmare.
a rocket ship. You're just
Yeah, it was tough, dude. But then I had Chick-fil-A, and I was all right. I simmered down with some buffalo sauce and some nuggies.
That's what you got. Yeah, you got to balance out. You got to have like a heavy, greasy meal and an energy drink. So that like the two do battle, and you
Yeah.
ride that like sweet middle ground. It's like taking just a little bit of NyQuil and not falling asleep, and you're like, I feel like the greatest person on earth.
Oh, that's
right
a
now.
hack, dude.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
a
a
good.
hack.
Oof, I'm
You
about
feel
to-
smart.
Yeah, you feel like a genius.
You're not.
The world slows down.
You're not.
Dude, you're
got-
limitless.
you
You're
got
fucking
bad
Bradley
ideas.
Cooper. You're limitless at that
Oh,
point.
dude, I was so limited. But then I had 3 peach White Claws, and then I was limitless again.
There you
I was
go.
back on the grind. And then we
Making
did his
them
show.
in peach now.
Yeah, they did them in peach. I got it. It's a new flavor. It says new flavor on the box, and I said, let me scoop these bad boys up. And they tasted bad. Tasted like perfume. They hurt. I was hungover again on Sunday.
I was like passion fruit.
It's literally peach, which is nuts. It's one of the 11 worst tasting things I've ever had. But
Peach had a good run though.
peach is
Wawa really took advantage of peach for a while.
The iced
Yeah,
tea.
Yeah, the iced teas were huge.
Yeah.
Peach rings.
good. Dude, they have
Peach from Mario.
pineapple lemonade. I was like, this is the collapse of society.
That's too much.
We're
It's
in
gonna be
bad
so
shape.
much sugar.
It's
gotta be-
unbelievable. The one bottle's like 424 grams. And they're
Yeah,
like,
dude.
drink
You,
it, Tubby.
you have diabetes, dude.
yeah. That was crazy, dude.
Pineapple lemonade.
Yeah, dude.
What's like the? You remember ever getting things at Wawa and knowing that the cashier is judging you? And if so, what was that order?
The bacon wrapped cheese dog that they used to sell there.
Okay.
I would get them on the way like into work. I used to when I worked at Riverwinds Golf Course. I used to mow the greens there in high school, or college, high school, whenever it was in the summer. And I'd eat a bacon wrapped cheese dog at like 6:15 in the
Is
morning.
that from like on the heat plate they have?
They had because they had the rack of dogs, and I would burn my hand in there every single time. It was definitely like the leftover hot dog, and they were like, I don't know, fucking wrap it in bacon and dip it in
dude.
cheese.
Oh,
Some
I've been
asshole
down there.
will buy
Of
it.
course. Yeah.
I did it like 3 days a week for a whole summer.
Oh, dude, it was crazy.
I
Sixth
wish I
grade.
could eat like that. That would be incredible.
Dude,
I just
Did you get to know the cashier? Where like they know that this
Yeah, it
guy's
was just
They're like,
a lot
there,
of shit
here goes a
talk.
bacon dog. This idiot's back.
every time they're doing inventory, they
I don't know
keep
where
going
he
after you.
goes to the bathroom. This guy's a fucking idiot.
You know, dude, there's a trail. You can
I
follow
feel
there.
bad. I buy 2 tins of chewing tobacco and 2 energy drinks from the same Wawa like
Yeah.
a lot of the time.
Yeah, but they probably think you're getting shit done with that combo. That's a busy boy combo.
I don't know. I try to be pleasant, so I think they know I'm miserable. So like, this guy's too nice, and he's buying all this weird shit. I hope it works
He's
for
so
him.
nice for
I
the
hope it works
diarrhea.
out for him. Shit.
He's about to have so much diarrhea, but he was so nice.
He's got mouth cancer in 6 years.
Like, dude, just do coke for
I
God's
hope
sake.
it works out.
Damn, dipping does rule though. I miss it a lot. I quit it.
How long did you do it for?
I all through college. I played baseball in college, so like I lived with 5 of my teammates. So like you didn't have to. I would quit and I'd come home. There's 13 tins on a table, and we had like an open tin policy too. It was just like everyone agreed we all dip skull, so we kept it in the family.
Long cut or pouches?
We were long cut. Pouches that just came out like my senior year.
Long
of
cut
college.
with gum? Where you mix it?
No, just straight.
Okay.
Long cut straight. That was like I got to a point where I was dipping just skull straight.
Okay.
No flavors. And I quit it cold turkey, and then I went back to it. And then it's probably been 13, 14 years now.
Oh,
I
my
haven't.
God, that gives
But
me hope.
Dude, I still get... that's the
Somebody
thing. I get the worst cravings for that. Like, if I smell fresh-cut grass, forget about it.
Really?
I start putting my tongue in my lip. I'm like,
13, 14 years later, you still remember it.
yeah. Oh, dude.
I'm never quitting.
I'll catch a whiff of a
Fuck
tin.
it. I'm allowed to have it.
I was away at a buddy's bachelor party and somebody had a tin. I was like, yo, let me just smell it. And I just sat there throughout the night. I'd be like, give me a hit. I smelled it like 11 times throughout
You
the
can
night.
always go back. Dude, my mom quit smoking for 20 years, and in the past 3 years, she was like the Michael Jordan, I'm back. She just started
Yeah.
ripping cigs again.
This is why I've
She's
been
back
running
in
a
the
bit
game,
about
dude.
it. I gave up drinking, but I'm not saying I'm not going to go back. I'm like Tom Brady.
We're
I'm
on
gonna
hiatus,
retired
dude.
for right now. I'm going to
True.
come back and win
Yeah.
a fucking Super Bowl.
You're Gronk, dude. You'll come back when the right teammate
True.
asks for you. Yeah,
I'm
true.
going to come back. I got active CTE. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, he's the biggest
Dude.
guy of all time.
Open tin policy with a house of bros.
That was a bad house. That house is a problem.
Well, you guys were baseball bros together. No, didn't you guys play together growing up?
No,
At a younger age, yeah,
very micro bros. Yeah,
Yeah,
we were.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was like 5 years old. I remember it.
All right, we got a new name for the podcast. We're Micro Bros now.
We were dude.
Better than- yeah, dude, it's
You
the
were
best
good.
You were
Your
good
dad
too.
was the
everybody
kid-
was good.
your
at
dad
that
was the
age.
coach.
At the young age. Everybody was awesome, and then like a next level up is when you started to like see everyone that was like that guy's gonna go to a different sport.
Yeah, some people had natural throwing mechanics, and other people just like to be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, ice hockey it is. I'll see it. I fucking got
You
nothing.
have, I mean, if you want to tell, you have the wildest ice hockey story in the history of hockey.
Which the foot? Or-
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. I almost cut off my own foot with an ice skate. Yeah, that's how I retired from the league.
What happened?
you really referred to it as what? The foot?
It was either the foot or the
Oh,
arm.
shit, you do have another.
I have the
going.
foot or the arm. Yeah.
Well, both are great.
It's a short-lived career, but yeah, it was at a practice, and all the people who could skate real well, they would lace up, but they leave the top two because you could angle with your blade better and cut
Okay.
deeper if you could actually skate well. Other people just imitated, acting like that's the trick, but I should have paid attention to like skating and lowering my center of gravity.
Yeah.
So I've always been like pretty tall, so I was in front of the net, and like a smaller kid got up under me, and I just went flying. It happened a lot, and then my foot came down inside of my own skate like that, and I didn't even notice it. And then I got up, and my foot was all wet,
Soaked, yeah.
and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then you could see it's like just fucking out of the laces. And then I sat down. I was like, "I need help." Oh, and the goalie was like, "Oh my god." The worst part about that is the ice hockey practice was over because blood coagulates on ice real fast.
Yeah.
And it was pouring. So like they had to take me from the far end of the ice out. So it was like a red carpet, like it was a movie premiere.
Holy shit, dude.
I just went to the hospital. Yeah. That was it. Because
Was there a threat of you losing the foot? Was the cut that bad?
they didn't tell me. They don't tell kids shit.
Oh, yeah,
They were just
true.
like, you need surgery. But like it was
Yeah,
like,
'cause
all
you don't
right.
have any say in that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was like 60% chance that I got like a club foot the rest of my life. But I didn't find that out until I was like 25.
So would you
Yeah.
take a chunk out, or you like cut so far
No,
into
I
it that
went.
it
I'll
fucking-
show you it, dude. I got like boots on. So like that's the top of it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
a
a
thick
giant
bitch.
like womp womp hook underneath. Because I went in on top of the ankle and I
Yeah.
cut the one that curls your toes and does this.
Dude, that was and so that was pre-social media. I remember coming into school the next day, and that's all anybody like any dude was like, "You're fucking having the wood." And
That's
you're like,
fucking
"What?"
nuts.
And
Cut
it
his
was just like
fucking
we were
leg
like, "I
off.
already cut his whole leg off with his skate." Like,
Chris Nub, dude.
Jesus, I heard he owed somebody money and they cut his leg off.
Cut
with
his
skate.
leg
It's just a new story.
Yeah.
Playing telephone with your fucking ankle story.
When I first went to the ER, they just looked at it. I don't know if the guy was tired or what, but he was just like,
Gross.
"Oh yeah." He's like, "Gross. You're a very lucky boy. You didn't cut anything important." So they sewed it up, and then it heals because there's no pain in it. There's just loss of function.
Yeah.
And so it healed up, and I got back on the ice, and I was like, "There's no way I was this bad at ice hockey." Because my foot couldn't curl toes or go left, right.
Yeah.
So it
Wait,
was
how
just,
long until you got back on the ice?
how long does it take for like a big cut to heal? Like
Gotta
8
be
weeks?
6, 7 weeks.
8 weeks, yeah,
8
on
weeks.
crutches. And then they were like, "You're very lucky you didn't cut anything." And then I got out there and it's fucking like, I can't control it at all. Like I
like when
used to be
you-
able to do the circles. I can't do them
It's
at all
true. It's like
anymore.
if you ever crash a car, no matter how good you get it fixed, you're
Yeah.
like, I feel that front
It's
right
just
tire
not right.
just fucking wobble.
And then I went back in. They were like, "Oh yeah, actually your toes don't work. Sorry, we got to go back in."
You got like the anti-rookie of the year. Like he breaks
Oh
his
yeah,
arm. He's got the
I went
arm
out with a bang, dude. And then I got a cadaver tendon in there.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
Yeah, but apparently after like 10 years, your own stuff grows over it.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
all
that,
virginity.
that was the end of ice hockey.
Oh, that's a shit. If I was a kid, I would just think that I skated so fucking fast that my foot started bleeding. That would be my initial diagnosis. Is like, damn, I must have been shredding out there.
Dude, the white laces turning red, watching it leak out the sides of the holes. I was like, "Oh, something went wrong."
Oh,
Damn,
my
if you
God.
didn't
Just
make
sit
it,
down.
the whole team would have worn like. If you didn't make it, the whole team would have worn like one red lace in their skate for you, like in memoriam. Kind of like how like Ovechkin always wears yellow laces. You're like,
They tape a piece of wood to their jersey.
You're young, you don't realize it. Like, oh, I lost a lot of blood. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I lucked out. I didn't have any major injuries. One of the worst ones I had was I had a blood blister that was like this whole toe, the whole bottom of my toe. You know, like those Lazy Susan, like the spin around cabinets in kitchens.
Yeah.
We had one of those in the lower part, and I would use that to like climb up to get snacks. And as I stepped in, it spun around and pinched my toe. in
It's
there.
going to be terrible. Yeah.
And, dude, and it just immediately was like it literally looked like a half of a bouncy ball just coming off of my toe.
Yeah.
And we went to the hospital, and they just soaked it in hot, like soapy, what's it called, betadine water.
Okay.
And betadine water, that's a good.
Did they
South
lance
Jersey
it
band
or
name.
no?
And they just were like, "All right, don't look." And I just watched them just. It was definitely just like an intern too. They were like, "There's a crying kid in there. Go pop his toe." They popped it and then just sent me home. And it just was like a geyser of blood coming out of this thing.
You never had like a bad injury? What about you?
I didn't until
Yeah,
high
a
school. I broke
couple.
my thumb in high school, but like as a little kid.
Okay.
No, I broke my wrist like holding onto the back of a car on a skateboard.
Gotcha.
That was kind of like a run of the mill. It was like 20 miles an hour, nothing crazy.
Yeah, you just did it for the street cred.
Well, the toughest part was having to lie to my parents because I was like 17 at the time, so I had to go home after I broke it, and I was like, I heard it pretty bad. I fell down a hill skateboarding, and once I knew we were going to be at the hospital for like the entirety of the night, I was like, I got to level with you bastards. I was holding on to the back of a car. And they were like, "Don't tell the doctor that," because the insurance could be like, "It's his fault. He was doing that."
Right.
But if I say it's
Yes.
an accident, so both my parents immediately were like, "Do not tell the doctor what happened."
How bad of a break? Was it like out? Like Dante's piece?
No, it
bone
wasn't
out,
crazy,
or-
but I had a nasty open hand for a while, and they just like threw a cast on it, so I never truly knew if it was healing.
Do you get
but
neck pain on that side these days?
nothing. Nah, I got like
Really?
a little gravel in there, which is always fun.
Is that connected? Like neck pain to?
Yeah, yeah. Foot is lower back and hand is neck.
No shit.
Because
Oh,
you got
shit.
nerve bundles, your lower back, and then your cervical spine. So like if your hands are fucked up.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
never even
I
thought- I
broke
never
this
thought
hand
about
a handful of times, and like you got to stretch it out, make sure the thumb's out.
I do.
Oh,
I
damn.
still have that. I broke this thumb and shattered and got pins put in high school, and it's still like all day. I just stretch it out. I haven't cracked it in 20 plus years.
The stretching thumbs. The only thing I knew for that was basketball. Just dads have stories that could never be true, but you believe it when you're a kid.
Yeah.
My dad was like, I work with a guy. He spent his entire childhood stretching his thumb so he could palm a ball to dunk. Meanwhile, I like met the guy at like a take your kid to work day. He was like 5'9". I was like, I don't think the palm was ever like holding him back.
But widest hands you've ever
Did have
seen on a
fat
5'9"
fucking
guy.
hands.
Yeah, you
Shake
can
my-
actually make your hands appear
Yeah.
bigger by doing
True,
that.
and
It's
he did.
crazy.
Dude, there's insane shit like that. Like you can correct your vision by staring at a candle like for like an hour
No.
and a half at a time.
That's not real.
It's also probably a wives' tale.
crazy,
But
dude. There's no,
No,
way.
dude.
Someone
That's
told
such
me
That's
high
a trick
shit.
to make people blind.
Someone told me it worked.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
crazy.
damn.
Stare at the sun till it gives you secrets.
Yeah,
All right.
until you get
The
secrets
story
of the
I was
universe.
told was this
Yeah,
kid
dude.
wasn't allowed to be a Marine unless he corrected his vision because he needed glasses, and he stared at a candle, and then he was a Marine.
One eye at a time?
I guess. I don't know, man. It was a while ago. I'm just realizing now how dumb I am for believing this.
Staring at
You
the
didn't know I
sun.
would want follow-ups because I possibly believe it's medicine.
I don't know.
I'm okay
Are we
with
able
this.
Jay, do you have your phone? Can you look that up? Can staring at a candle improve your vision?
No, that's like OCD stuff. It's like if you don't look at the moon for an hour, your mom's gonna die. That's like you just being wives' tales, dude. Staring at the sun till it gives you secrets is an elite.
Do you have
That has to
that?
be
Do you have
true.
the step on the crack, break your mother's back fear ever? Like, are you that kind of crazy?
I used to do weird shit. I remember like growing up, I was like 7. I used to do this, where I would just like flick my thumb on the bottom of my teeth, and I would go to my dad, and I was like, I can't stop doing it. And my poor dad's this like 40-year-old who's got like a retarded son, and he's like, Yo, stop. And I was like, Nah, you don't get me, dude. And he's like, What the fuck, dude?
Was it the nail or was it just the
I would
feeling
just
of
take the
pulling
thumb,
your teeth out?
which
I
I
get
guess was
that.
maybe like it was a subconscious retaliation on the thumb stretching. I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm flicking teeth. My poor dad, dude. I think back to the stuff I did to my parents, and I was like, what an absolute nightmare of a kid.
Dude, I see it now. Like, trying to raise a kid, I just look at my mom like, how the fuck did you do this? Like, I was insane. I was a little spaz, too. It was a problem.
It's a lot
white
of
guy
energy
spaz.
running around, dude.
Yeah.
It was pre-internet, too, so it was
True.
bikes
nothing
all
to do.
day.
Yeah. Oh, bikes all day. I was
Bikes
still-
all day, and then if somebody was weird, like if some guy like came up to you, like "fuck you," and everybody runs out, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You run away from them.
Damn, you would just ride by somebody's house and there was 14 BMX bikes on the front yard. You were like, there is the best Mario Kart tournament going on in that
There's a
basement
Sega
right now.
Genesis down there.
God
Yup.
damn, they are ripping it up down there right now.
Yeah,
Is that a Dyno NSX? Oh, that's smooth.
Like walking past a cool nightclub with like just cool bouncers. You can hear the music from inside. You're like, fuck, dude, I know this guy.
Is that Rainbow Road?
That's gotta be, yeah, this guy's getting Rainbow Road in there.
Superstition. Do you have any superstitions like that?
I had like weird baseball ones, which I hated, but I think I did it because I was just a dork.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
it-
what were they? I
The-
heard baseball is like a really superstitious game.
Well, like the line, like you never step on the line is always a superstition. But then I would always, mine weren't superstitions; they were kind of just cheating.
Yeah.
It was like I would catching. They would always have like a back. So there's a back line to the batter's box, and throughout the first 3 innings, I would just slowly kick that away, so it was never there.
True.
So that I could like when I got to go hit, I could just stand as far back as I wanted in the box. Because you
Oh.
want to, with a curveball, you want to be able to see it as long as possible.
Oh, so you're kind of the opposite of like choking up on, like you want more distance.
Yeah, I wanted more distance to be able to like read a pitch deep. So I would just, and I would get yelled at for it all the time because I think it's illegal. I don't think you're supposed to do that. But
I couldn't.
it was a Jorge
yes, dude.
Posada move I learned from him.
Fucking love
Stepping
that
on
guy.
the line though, that doesn't count.
But
because you
the
were
actual
like destroying the
baseline,
line.
it's when you're going in and out of the field in between innings when you don't step on the line.
Okay.
But yeah, I disrespected the rest of the lines.
Yeah, dude.
But no, I always had like it always had to be like sweatband on this forearm. When I step into the box, I got
So
to do
you
this
did
with my
have
right
all that.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those too. But I think that's just because baseball is just a sport of repetition. So it's like if you don't have that, you're either very, very good or a fucking nut.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you golf?
Yeah.
How-
Damn, I have a lot of superstitions. I do
How
golf.
similar baseball and golf?
Very similar.
Okay.
The swing itself isn't like you can see it. People will ask me all the time, like if I get paired up with somebody randomly, halfway through the round, they'll be like, "You played baseball, didn't you?" Because you can see it in like the way someone steps into a swing
Mechanics.
compared to like if you watch. I mean, anybody on like the PGA Tour or anything, like people try to emulate that, but you can see that they've done that millions and millions of times.
Are you a golf guy?
No, but I'll go out. I'll keep up.
Really?
Yeah, if there's like a 4-pack or 3 dudes who need like somebody to fill in, like I'll go out.
You'll actually
That's a
golf
good dude
too?
to be.
I'll keep up enough.
That's a good dude
That's
to be
pretty
because
huge.
you
That's like-
you kept that threesome from getting one random person paired up with them.
Yeah.
That's a huge
But
move.
it sucks because I can't talk shit because I'm the worst. Where it's
No,
like
that's when you should double down and talk even more
True.
shit.
if I hit a couple good ones, if
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
like a
yeah.
couple ones, like all day. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like, don't
fine.
you guys work at this? Fucking this is
But if I'm knocking trees, then like gotta go find. I gotta be quiet. But
Yeah, like, oh, you guys do this every weekend?
yeah, I'll go out though.
being able to keep up without caring about it though is pretty huge. Like that's like a very like necessary guy trait.
Yeah.
Like, that I lack that. I
Well,
couldn't
you just
do it.
go for a ride along and booze. Don't
I
you?
just hang out and look at dudes all day, dude. Just stare at the
Would
boys.
you have the skill to win out of the like?
No way. Not
Okay.
even close. I literally don't even play. That's why I'm saying actually going and playing. I couldn't even.
Matt does present as like you'd think he's a very elite athlete, but I don't think I've ever seen you really do anything athletic.
Just get up, get down, sit around, things like that.
That's it. I'm thinking from my perspective, the only times we've really ever hung out has been shows, podcast. Or
Yeah, I mean,
dicking
if we
around
were
at a
competing
bar.
athletics at our age, it'd be a little bizarre if every once in a while. we go for-
Gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah, but I feel like
Yeah,
you gotta have it. You gotta know how your buddy throws a ball.
Yeah, Chris, run, dude. Let me see.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck no. I've aged into like tank build where it's like I'm gonna sit down. I said I can't run. I
Sit
can't
and
run.
purvey.
I'm gonna issue some damage.
Is there something to pick up for a weapon? You got like Streets of Rage.
Just try to flip a table
That's
or
all
something.
you know.
Just some
Or
demonstration.
just negotiate. Like what is wrong?
Guys, what are we doing? This is so ridiculous.
I've never asked this. Do you have any weapons stashed around this apartment?
Dude,
Good question.
No. I've really started to just fully accept being a huge pussy, and it's been like very real.
No, they're probably bolted in. They don't come off.
I don't know. What am I going to hit like a security guard in 2006 with one of those? There's nothing I could do, dude.
We can skate here.
That's like that Simpsons arcade game
Yeah.
Oh, that one used to be sick, dude.
way back in the day.
Oh, that was incredible.
Channel Bart with that. Do
Playing
you
that-
have- What would you do like home invasion plan? I mean, this is a nice place though. Nobody's breaking in here.
I'd just be like, please, dude, maybe offer my girlfriend or something. Or my
Just
roommate.
right out that window.
I gotta
Yeah.
sleep. She's yours.
She's yours, guys. Please. She's
You just
Italian.
start telling him where his stuff is. You're like, top drawer, tons of cash.
Not even, dude. We have nothing to offer. Everybody.
That is what's great. We've talked about that before. Like if somebody broke in, they're like, fuck. And it's not that it's not nice, but it's like it's what you'd expect two 27-year-old dudes. You're like, I don't know, a little basketball rim, skate decks,
True.
a good TV, but it's going to be a pain to carry that TV out.
And what an ego check it would be if like somebody broke in and you're like, please no, I'll suck your dick, and they're like, not your ugly ass, and then they also steal everything. So you find out you're ugly and they take your
none
things.
of your bar stools match. We don't want any of your shit.
I don't know. If I broke into this place, there might be stuff in like top drawers worth stealing.
What are you snagging? What do you see? What do you got your eyes on, dude?
I'm gonna tell you, there's
No, just like like
Dude, wait
place-
till you look through the
place
cabinet.
looks fun, so it's like no, whoever lives here has secrets. There's like a nice watch somewhere. You can find shit.
There's got to be something. Maybe we don't even know where it's at. Maybe it's buried trash.
Yeah, in this fairly new apartment.
We have we have fucking ground turkey. We just made ground turkey today.
nice, dude.
That's
So-
a good.
So if you guys need some GT, it's
Yeah, if you,
definitely
ever need a bland option for your meal.
I went through a turkey
I
taco.
love ground turkey, but it's bland.
taco seasoning, fellas. What the hell are
Yeah,
we
but
talking
I'm
about?
talking about.
I
the
went through a
turkey
phase,
itself.
dude. You got ground, just make the whole thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get a couple flats of tortillas, and then
Yes.
just make a whole thing of cheese, and you just eat it alone.
Genuinely incredible.
That's a good one. You eat like
Don't tell anybody.
Single soul, eat it quietly. Yeah.
That's it. You're making your own tacos enormous.
Your tears are extra salty.
You start sweating towards the end, and it makes you upset at yourself.
Watching old Pride like mixed martial arts fights.
Watching
good
hardest
old
UFC
days.
knockouts.
These guys are in shape.
I could be like that one day if I didn't
Yeah.
cut my foot skating.
Dude, I like turkey taco. It's good.
It fucking bangs, dude. So wait, so after you cut your foot, you were like totally compromised. You couldn't skate anymore.
Yeah, I started swimming.
Oh wow.
I was still wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And I got the long tall build, so it's
True.
like
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I
swimmer's
jump in.
build.
I'm halfway. I used to do the 50, which is only up and back. Which
Okay.
is cheating for this build.
yeah.
You jump in, it's time to kick turn, and then I can just be a
You're there.
cycle on the way back.
Yeah.
You go to kick turn though, and you slice your ankle. On
the
one lane.
I'm still faster than most people with like a duck foot.
The
You hit
50
the
was
light.
the only like the 50. I always felt bad because my sister swam and she did the 500, and
Oh,
like
that's
50
20.
was like, yo, let's go. This is gonna be sick.
How many
'cause it's
laps?
a quick
is the
hitter.
500 then.
20.
I think.
God, no. It's
But
too many laps.
that was one like the first two
Yes.
laps. They're like, yeah, but you can't hold that level of enthusiasm for 20 minutes, whatever it takes. 30
Yeah,
minutes.
but the flip it over for the
Yeah.
Did you have to go sit at Saturday morning meets all the time?
Sometimes, but my sister had like somewhat prettyish friends, so I would just sit
Ooh,
there and
that's good.
wear like my coolest sweater vest from my Catholic school and be like, "This is cool as hell, dude."
Look
Like
you
it's
just put this
Saturday.
on.
Why are you still wearing that?
She's like, "Why are you eating ground turkey? How'd you even get that in here?"
Why are you in the pool?
It's hidden in your pockets.
Pocket and
Pants are
GT.
greasy. It's like, it's good. You want
I got
it?
more. You don't have to. Totally.
Good for swimming. It's good.
You swim so much more goodly if you just have some, dude. It's good for your tum diddly umptious.
Put some in your hair.
The oils.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to rub some ground turkey in the lady's hair to let her know who the fuck's in charge. That's what you do when somebody breaks in. You rub ground turkey in their hair.
Just play psycho.
Yeah, dude. You do have to out. That's
Thank
crazy.
God.
I would love if somebody broke in right now and they're just like, "Oh shit, sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
shit, gay
We don't
guys."
want to be on."
Yeah.
That would not be worth it.
Yeah, there's a lot of expensive stuff in here now.
Yeah.
There's also
And then
four
addresses.
dudes, and he's drinking a Monster Energy drink. Like,
True. I have bats stashed around my house
You need to have
all
it
over
going.
the place.
You go
baseball
bats?
Yeah, baseball bats everywhere.
Sorry.
Just bats, too. The creatures of the night.
That's what I thought you meant.
That's what I scream as I swing a bat in the dark.
Dude, a bat at night will shut a mom down. You guys moms get terrified of bats?
You grow up with a lot of bats?
I thought so.
We were more of a cricket in the basement that wouldn't shut the fuck up family.
Wait, I think I missed this. You had animals, bats?
Yeah, we shifted because
I
Matt
thought you
didn't
said you
know
had
it
a
meant
bunch of
baseball.
bats.
It meant baseball bats.
Sorry,
but
my
Matt
bad.
didn't
Okay,
know.
I missed the shift.
Matt doesn't understand context clues.
Sorry.
Fucking witch doctor. You're like,
Dude, a bag of bats? No one's going to fuck with you.
it's confusion.
Damn, bag of bats. That's a good
Well,
home
now I
defense
realize
system.
that what I said sounded
You
way
could
worse.
Probably throw it pretty good. If it was like a tightly, like
Oh,
a
yeah.
tight net, that'd be so loud.
You just huck a bag of bats at somebody.
It's all fucking loud. You get hit in the face with bats, you're leaving.
That would be fucking
The
terrifying.
burglar calls the cops on you.
Yeah, this guy's doing stuff to animals. You gotta get him. I tried to rob him with a pistol, but he threw bats at me.
Keep saying I want your blood. It was weird as fuck. Dude. I hated it. No, I was sick. But yeah, my mom would be we'd be like sitting outside at a nice night, like playing baseball or like outside sporting events. And as soon as a bat comes up, she's like, I'm sitting in the van. I can't be out there around these.
Interesting.
Pure
Really?
terror, yeah.
Was she ever attacked by a bat?
Not once. I think she's just an ego thing. She's like,
Oh.
the bats want me. It's a little narcissistic.
Does she think of them as like rats with wings? I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Where some people are just disgusted at them
Yes.
as animals. Or like,
Yeah.
these
I don't
things are
trust them.
gross.
I didn't. I just weird.
I feel bad for them. They got blamed for the whole thing.
Yeah, true.
Well,
So they're on an upswing.
just loosely talking
Yeah,
about.
nobody's checked in on bats since the
Dude.
pandemic.
Dracula's
Chris
like,
he
what
kinda-
the fuck?
Chris kind of caused the pandemic. He did the spot at the tap room,
Yeah.
and then a week
the
later,
world, the world shut down. The
pandemic
Oh,
pandemic
started.
yeah.
I was like, look, dude, never
That
happened before
sucks.
that. That was nuts.
I miss
dude.
that room. That's still going. Yeah, You
Yeah,
guys still
we got to
doing it?
actually. You want to come do post game comedy there? We get a new show there,
Okay.
new monthly. So we'll tell you about it after the show. It's a fun one though.
yeah.
People
let me know
have been
what's up.
saying it's enjoyable.
People
Listener,
have
come out. This is a mid-show promo, post-game comedy at the Tap Room, 28th
28th, yes.
September.
Yeah, I'm starting to get messages like, dude, can I get on one of these? And I'm just telling everybody, absolutely, the next one's all yours.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
so-
accidentally inviting people we've already had on every
Yep.
time I see them in Philly. I'm like,
So
yeah, you
next-
should come on this. Like, cool. I was just on it 11 days ago, but sure, I'm back.
The next show will have 36 comics.
Yeah, I love a good memory. But yes,
I like
two,
Tap Room,
We'll have
dude.
you on the new one. Tap Room is a great spot. It's always been fun.
Yeah, dude. Are you getting out and doing stand up more now? Like, where have you been at?
Yeah, I was on the IR forever. I knocked out this in my back like 3 years ago, and so that's where I started the oral presentations, and it kind of worked.
Yeah.
But now I'm healing up and doing a live show, and yeah, I like got to work on stand up. It's hard to come back and like think you're still good, and you're like, oh, I forgot this. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Just got to like get out there. But yeah, I'm looking to get back and do it more.
Yeah,
But
dude.
Nice. I always loved it because, like, when I started, you were in Philly, and I always remember hearing, like, everybody we grew up with was like, yeah, we go over and see Wood all the time. I was like, guys, I started doing that thing you go to see Wood do. And then none of those people ever came to any of his shows. Because then it was, by the time I started, like, everyone was in their late 20s and early 30s.
Yeah.
So, like, but people were like, no, we have families, dude. We're not going to come on a Tuesday night. So,
It is a tough sell.
well, they're missing out.
yeah.
Okay, I'll say it. They're missing out.
Yeah.
I'll be supportive.
You have a kid? I have a kid. That's the reason I was late. I can't talk shit.
No, I don't. That's why I got to get back out there. What
You
the
don't
hell
have a
else
kid?
am I doing?
Gotta
Yeah.
find a kid.
Either have a kid
I
or
gotta
get,
get funny enough
or
till
get
someone
better at
gives me a
stand up.
kid.
It's one of the two, dude.
Dire straits to be
Yeah,
in.
you got to
could
make a
just go-
choice.
you could go half in on both. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing okay as a parent, and I'm just one toe in the water stand up.
True. I
If
guess
I
that is
pulled
the
that off,
real.
have no comedy career. My kid would go to jail. Just half-ass it both ways.
Damn it!
Damn.
Doubled down the wrong direction.
Yeah, I guess over 30, that is the bell curve of like options, where it's like one side is the have a kid, the other one's do stand up. I guess the middle's like maybe kill.
Fantasy football.
Host Quizzo, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
host Quizzo.
Lifetime Quizzo host.
Yeah.
You make more hosting Quizzo than you do in the first most of comedy, but
Yeah. Hosting Quizzo, I did it for a little while.
I
and,
never did it.
dude,
How
it's-
is it?
It stinks because like the people will tell you like you're a comic, be funny about it, but like they have no way of introducing you. It's not like a show where like a host will at least just to say like this guy's a comedian. Like I would just walk up and have to tell them, hey, I'm a comic, I'm hosting. So
Wait,
they never knew.
You explain a Quizzo night to me. I've never been to one. I've never hosted one.
You never been to one?
No.
Damn.
I was never a bar guy unless I was doing stand-up.
Ah, okay.
So I go if I have a reason, but
Yeah.
otherwise it's like...
Damn. I think I could, if I could in comedy, reach the peak of comedy, and my family would love and respect me so much more if they found out I was hosting Telford Quizzo night. If they
Is
were
that
like,
big
they
there?
were like, yo, dear Johnny's at the Telford Inn hosting Quizzo every
dude.
Tuesday.
You slipped in the telly in, dude. That's
It's
a
like-
high traffic area.
It's like Jeopardy, right? I don't...
It's you basically get teams and they ask you general questions and then you all answer on a piece of paper and then somebody goes and grades it and then you win a round. You do like 3 rounds.
You don't announce the questions?
No, I would ask. But they were like, "You're a comic, so ask them and joke around a little bit." And I was not only newer at stand up, they were kind of like very little guidelines. So they're like, "Do some of your jokes in between." So I would like be like, "What episode
That's
of The
why
Office?"
it pays well.
Oh, wait,
Because it's fucking set off.
It was $50 for 3 hours of work. It was a fucking. I was getting scanned like a piece of bread. That's a phrase, but the guys would come up. You know,
$50 for 3 hours isn't that good for that level of
That's what I'm
embarrassment.
saying. I was getting manhandled.
Terrible.
That's a terrible drive home.
I
It's
would
not
ask-
worth $50. Half of that's going to the beer store.
Oh, dude, it was
To
insane.
forget.
It was totally insane, and they didn't count my beers either, which was nuts. So yeah, I would buy. Like
Oh,
2
they're
beers.
running a tab?
Yeah, dude.
Let's
I would-
make this drunk so sad we don't pay him for this.
I remember at one time I finished up the thing, and in the middle of it, I was supposed to just kind of do crowd work, and I was just trying to do it with this one guy, and he dead serious said "fuck you" to me, and I was
Yeah.
like, my bad.
Fair enough. Anyway.
So then that happens, and I go to collect my earnings.
Okay, incorrect.
Well, we don't talk like that
Oh,
here.
I'm sorry. Actually, the answer was John Wilkes Booth.
Exactly. That's a very funny reaction to have. People like, who killed Abraham Lincoln? Fuck you, dude. Yeah, no. At the end of it, I like went to go collect my earnings, and then also close out my tab, and then have the girl who ran it be like, "You gotta slow down up there." And I was
Oh, you get advice?
yeah, it was tough, dude. It was tough, but they're all good people. It's just I
She's
just
giving you tags.
yeah, I just stunk out loud at it, but it was tough, and it was I would have to go grade it myself, and I just couldn't read.
You
and
had to do
math.
the grading too?
I'd go
and
in
you had been
between-
drinking?
Yes.
They make you do math
Dude,
drunk?
it's a lot of work
dude. I was
for
like
$50.
fucking 3 stouts in. I got a coffee gut, and I was like, fucking that one's wrong. That
This
one's
is
right.
not what I thought this was. I heard somebody get paid like $200 to do Jeopardy
No, most
questions.
do.
in the
That
city.
Most
is-
do.
that's-
Matt is bad at business.
dude. I'm
Oh,
like
you just got rooked? Somebody just took
Yeah.
you for
totally
everything?
manhandled. Yeah, easily.
We'll make
Yeah.
this guy sweep and take out the trash too. Fuck him.
I would have
He's got
done
no
it
life.
with a smile too.
Did
They
it
could've done
already
anything.
had
Yeah,
that,
same.
had that bar already been doing like? Did you replace another Quizzo host?
Yeah, they had me come in because they were like, we want a comedian to do it. We have this guy up here. They were really mean to the initial guy. They're like, we got this fat fucking idiot up here. He's got no clue what's going on. And I went to watch him, and I was like, he's kind of good.
That should have been a sign. Like
Yeah.
when you meet a girl and she trashes her ex,
True,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, I'm the next one.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah.
But you want to host Quizzo, so
I
you
wanted
go
to host
for it.
Quizzo.
I'll be different.
Yep.
It's not different.
It was not different. It was way worse. But they still liked me. I mean, I did a show not too long ago at the brewery, and it was all good interactions. But I just remember
Did
the
you?
stress.
Did part of you just slip back into it, like in the middle of your stand-up set?
Yeah.
You start
Yeah.
asking questions.
Yeah, but
Ooh, and the Dick Wagglers
Yeah.
pulling to the lead.
there we go. And,
Everyone always thinks they have a cute name in that too.
yeah, I would get hyped. The names were fun. I did enjoy most of the names. But you know,
Ours
some-
in college, it was Cunt Thunder or Thunder Cunts.
okay.
And then the guy wouldn't say, he'd be like, Team TC. So then the team name changed
Fucking
to
boo.
Thunder Cunts, ... You better fucking say it. So then he would have to be like, TC ... You better fucking say it. And then
Yeah.
finally we won. It was like, we were terrible at it. We finally won because we cheated so bad. And he was like, all right, guys, this is like 6 weeks in a row. And the winning group, blah, 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 Thunder Cunts, fucking say it. We
Yeah.
went nuts. I think we won
Yeah.
like $11 each.
it's
it was
just the
bad.
stuff you say.
want.
Yeah.
That's what we
We're headbutting each other.
Who's been here? Table fucking goes. Yeah.
Why are you taking your shirt off? I'm hanging my jersey in the rafters. dude.
with a shirt. You're burning it. Fucking
While you're
smoke
wearing
alarm going off.
It hurts.
When you were driving over to do stand up at the Quizzo location, were you thinking about like, damn, I wonder if people who used to work there are still there and now it's time for me to do stand up?
No, I was just like, you mean like if there'd be like recurring customers, or it'd just be
No,
like,
no, like the lady who gave you advice for Quizzo time. You're like, all right, well, it's time to do stand up now.
Oh,
I hope
no,
this
true.
goes better.
Yeah, no, I would. It got to a point where I was like, they're asking me to do it. If it goes bad, I'm just going to at least do what they asked. I can't control whether it was good, and that just made it worse. And then luckily the pandemic started, and I got to stop doing it. So that was a
Thank
pretty
God.
big ups to the Bats.
I don't think you have what it takes to live that Quizzo lifestyle. You're getting in that bar scene.
No, and I was full
Dating,
of just.
no wait, you are dating a bartender. Never mind.
It's true. I was full of just blissful naivety on the drive there. I was like, "This is going to be the one. Tonight's the night I quiz their O's, and they respect me." And
That's
they
what
never
we run
did.
on. Yep.
Did they
It
make
was
you
tough.
come up with the questions too?
No, they would get, and they were good questions. They were
Just asking
phenomenal.
personal questions.
Yeah.
Did you ever consider like just rigging it?
There
Because
was
you
some-
do the math.
I stopped grading it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
stopped. I
you
was
just
like,
picked the shit.
I was like,
You're
"Who's the nicest to me?"
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah.
team was like
So-
super nice, I was like,
Shawshank Redemption
Every
style,
time,
where
yeah.
you're like, all right, no stop. Thank you for not saying fuck you to my face tonight. You guys won.
Just thinking it. No, yeah. That was towards the very end. I was like, I couldn't even keep up. We'd have times where there'd be like 11 teams. So I had to like run and do all that. I mean, but you just say yes because it's like,
I used to work. I was Quizzo security at Landmark.
Could have used it.
At a college bar because I was the bar back and like patio security guy. So they would make me while I was working make sure that nobody was taking their phone out. And I was like, I'm not fucking ratting on these 22-year-old hammered douchebags like, on a Tuesday
That's
night.
a tough ass.
Yeah. I had to walk over, and they were like, "You have to walk over and be like, fellas, put your phones away." I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking doing it. I don't care.
On
It is.
Quizzo? It's like for
'Cause everyone
cheating?
cheats, yeah.
I had to do that at comedy clubs, which is hard enough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I worked security actually at Helium like years ago.
Oh, yeah.
What I would do is that I would make sure to pick an angle that the table would see me coming,
Oh, so they
and then just have good posture.
Oh.
And I'm looking, and so it's like they feel like they got caught. So we're never gonna have a bad conversation.
yeah.
Because everybody knows they're not supposed to be doing
Smart.
that shit.
Right. That's
So
a good idea.
if you pick where you're coming from, and they just see some Frankenstein fucking coming, they're gonna stop.
That's a tactical bouncer, right?
Because I
there.
didn't want to have to, because it's worse to go and tap somebody. Because then some people don't like to be touched at all, and it's like you're in something then.
Right.
You shouldn't have done that.
And they're drinking and shit.
Yeah.
Could
So
be
I'd rather
tense.
just like be a visual thing, and make them know that they're doing wrong.
That's such a good idea.
But having to tell people at
I just didn't.
the honor of Quizzo is like an immediate fuck you.
Yeah.
Like nobody's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
respect what you're doing. Whereas at a club, you're like, please don't tape this. Like this
Right.
is
Right.
somebody's career.
Sure.
It is. I always admire. I watched that happen at Healing the other night. Like there was just a girl hammered, and like the bouncer went over and gave her like this is kind of your warning one, like
Yeah.
chill, and then went back stern, and she respected it. And I was like, I don't think I could do that. I was such a pussy of a bouncer.
First couple of times is tough.
Yeah.
But I did. Yeah. When I worked there, I had like a boss who like was watching you do it. It was
Oh,
very
okay.
strange because like she wanted to have like a tough regime, I guess, or whatever. And I was just like, I don't give a shit. It's fine.
Can't do it. Yeah.
But then I had to invent like the walk up and look ominous plan.
That's a fucking good
because I
move.
didn't want to talk that
Yeah.
much.
Did you
to
test run that like at home? Like were you?
No, I was just thinking of ways that I don't want to have to
Running
talk to
drills.
people and tap them and scare them because
Yeah.
like, it's just not a great way to be.
So you did security. Is there like what other like weird shit would you say yes to like early on in stand up just because you're like, all right, I can't say no.
What do you mean? Well,
Like I did Quizzo just because it was like they offer it early in stand up. It's like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, did you have any weird
I always
offers?
stayed away from that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because I thought that it was like some people call it cross training and stuff, but like people would do like murder mystery plays and stuff, and then
Yeah.
hawk it to me of like, hey, this is like acting work. We can go to somebody's house and act. And I was like, that's the strangest shit. I'm not doing that.
yeah.
Who the fuck are we going to? For what? This is how you lure people. No, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, it pays $175, and it's like I gotta wear. I'm not doing it.
you might only get strangled. Who knows?
Yeah, there's straight but there's opportunities like that for like
Yeah.
because acting crosses over, and then people will be like, hey, do you want to do this? But I think I avoided most of it. It's just host stuff that didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
always wanted it in the format of stand up. But I don't know. I think I bailed on a Quizzo night once. I think my buddy like knew I needed money, so he gave me a Quizzo night, and I just
Yeah.
got hammered, forgot,
Let's go.
and then sent him like a.
Damn, imagine
I
this-
sent him a beautiful text of like, I'm so sorry, Michael. It's like just lying
The
to him.
full
Like,
name,
just
yeah.
tell he knows you blacked out.
Yeah.
Just
It is
tell
with
him.
the greatest concern that I write you.
Yeah, more like,
I have pissed myself yet
Yeah,
again.
it's on parchment.
yeah,
Mr.
Civil War
Walker's L.
I slept in boots third night in a row.
third night, filled with blood. My foot did.
My feet smell sour. I can't come.
Some days I wonder if this ankle wound will ever heal. Goddamn ice skates.
That's beautiful, dude. We need to start writing letters to our boys like that way more often.
Ooh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I've thought about this, but if you mail people letters, that's a strange thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
If you get a letter from me,
yeah, true.
you get a letter from me after this of like, thank you so much. And then there's like 4 other pages that come out. You're like, all right,
That's scary
Kaczynski,
too, because
This guy's gonna blow shit up. What is wrong with him?
Dude,
he
if
seemed
any-
all right.
If any listeners of this podcast followed oral presentations and saw the notes that Chris would post, you would immediately think he had someone in your family held hostage.
Yeah.
Really? It
Yeah.
looked like just
because they were
madman
it was all
scribblings.
homework. The whole show was homework.
Right.
I
It was
treated it
incredible.
like cram homework the whole time, which is not like a healthy thing to do, but like it was pressure learning.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't actually kind of difficult to do, I felt like it was cheating. So like I would make a bunch of notes and shit. I would like hand draw them at the beginning, and then I just ended up doing like speed running book plots. But yeah, some of those notes are like they're a lot.
Do you still have the platypus note shirts?
I have a couple of shirts. I have basketball jerseys.
Oh yeah, which
I-
is the greatest merch print of
I
all
did.
time.
Yeah, you
I had
can't. You
to
couldn't
see
buy
them.
them.
Either
had
I
to win 'em.
followed.
Oh, that's right.
I made
yeah.
a logic game.
That's
that's
right.
sick.
That's why I gave up on getting one because I was like, I'm not gonna figure shit
Oh,
out.
I was gonna bring you one. I have a couple
I'm
left.
in. I want one.
I don't think I have one in the trunk of my car, but I'll give you one. They're reversible and shit. Dude, I went all out. There was like a mom and pop shop during the pandemic that was like, we don't know how long. I was like, yo, I need $2,000 worth.
Was it the Jersey shop by Acme
Sick.
Gary L.
on Route 45?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
why I took. That's where you used to take your hockey jerseys, get your name put on the back.
yeah, they got quality
Yeah.
shit. Like it is a
Okay.
mom and pop shop, but
Good
like you
spot.
can watch that over and over again. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like I get the good shirt, like the
Hell
soft
yeah.
stuff.
That's a dispensary now. They knocked that place down.
No.
Yeah.
No, the dispensaries at the Arby's.
Oh, okay. This is just local knowledge.
Yeah, sorry,
You're from
fellas.
the same area. He's a Deptford guy.
Yeah. No,
Sure.
Gary L's still there. I actually
Is it?
I gotta hit him up. Yeah.
Jersey store still there?
Damn.
I took a Randall Cunningham jersey I bought from a thrift store there for $11 and had no name on the back, but it was a 12 Kelly Green jersey.
Great.
And I was like, yo, can you toss Cunningham on here? And they're like, it's going to be upwards of $13. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
sweet, $24 drinking jersey. Let's do this.
Oh, so it's like a Foreman Mills, like we used to be able to
No,
go
I got
and-
it. There was the thrift shop in Collingswood years ago,
Okay.
and the girl had it on a mannequin. Didn't know what it was. She just knew it was an Eagles jersey. And I was walking by, and I was probably hammered. I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" I walked in. I was like, "You got Randall?" She's like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?"
Damn, that's
Randall's
awesome.
in the window. What do you want for him? Got him.
Sick.
Yeah, that place will help you out.
Yeah.
It's like a good screen print.
Yeah. The letters are peeling off, but I think I paid for the. I think I was like,
What was that,
"Dude,
20 years
whatever's
ago?"
The cheapest, probably upwards of $8.
Let it go. That's good.
It was also printed on an old shitty jersey.
They do quality
Come on,
work.
dude.
I'm not complaining. It just says like now it says Kuhn. There's a lot of letters.
They
missing.
asked
Yeah.
to fix
Yeah.
mine when I gave them the design.
Wait, they wanted to fix your notes?
Yeah, no, yeah, the platypus is the
Yeah.
shirt that I sold like 2 years ago. They called me and they were like, "Hey, how do you want us to touch this up?"
Oh, they were asking.
Yeah, like they were like, "This
This is
is
a
so
rough
shitty.
draft,
This
right?
can't be real." Like I know that you were serious, but what do you want?
Were
done
they
to
trying to
this?
help you, or they're just
Yeah,
like, we can't print
just
this?
the kindest people
Oh, that's
being
awesome.
like, obviously this won't work.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is for. This is scribble.
Yeah.
And also, you had to call them back and be like, "But my internet friends are gonna love these."
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly.
what the fuck is happening?
Like, what are you like? I'm 34. I do notes.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah,
The kid
but
does
they were
notes.
cool, man.
That's
I would like to use them again, but I'll get you one of those
all right.
jerseys.
Thank you.
I'll put me on the list too if you don't mind. I'll take
Yeah, I don't know how many. What XL?
It could be a
XL?
large. It depends
I
how the
rock a
weekend
large.
was.
I think I only have like X and
I would
like
need
double
an
XL now.
dude.
It's a tank top.
But getting shirts on the podcast live. Dude. Hell yeah.
We gotta
That's
reverse
sick,
them
dude.
halfway through the podcast.
I'm fine with that.
I love a good reversible jersey. I remember I had
They are reversible.
I had a reversible Jordan jersey when I was a kid, and I remember when I grew out of it, I said to my parents, I was like, "Can we frame it and hang it on the wall?" And they're like, "Why?" And in my head, it was because I was gonna lie to my friends and say it was an actual Michael Jordan jersey.
Yeah.
But it was like for a 9-year-old kid. So I was like 12, and I was like, "We should probably hang that on the wall. It looks game worn."
Well, that's what I try to do that in college.
Setting up a little kid lie. You're like, let's
Yeah.
just frame that. I can lie about this.
I think I can nail his signature. Mom, do you have a silver Sharpie?
this can be big.
We could make tens of dollars. I remember my freshman year, or no, I guess my sophomore year of college, I had old jerseys from when I was like 8 or 9. And it was like pretty cool ones. There was like a Shaq one, Jordan on the Wizards jersey. So I was like, damn, I'll hang it in my apartment. That'll look cool. Fits the college motif. And they were just youth basketball jerseys that people would like come over and they were like, "Oh, that's fucked up. It looks like you guys like abducted 8 kids,
Trophies
like
for human trafficking.
took their garbs after you took them." And I was like, "No, it's actually very cool." And they're like, "No, it's upsetting."
Is that just an Aeropostale hoodie pinned to the wall?
Yeah, should I throw up a house or one?
Yeah.
Spray on there. Like, you girls don't get it. Yeah, that was a tough one.
You were a former Hollister guy, weren't you?
No, I didn't work there.
Didn't you?
No, the Hollister people were weird.
No, I thought you did work
I
there
worked
for
at
some reason.
Abercrombie.
Oh, sorry. That's why I thought you worked
There was a packing order.
Okay.
There was a packing order where like Hollister was kind of weird.
I would love to see you working at an Abercrombie now.
Oh yeah, right. Be like,
Just come in.
fucking get.
I'll be in the back taking
Who the fuck
notes.
is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was young when I
scribbling.
did that. I was like 20 when I worked there.
Okay.
Were you'd like stand out front and shit, or were you
No,
actually?
I
in the
worked.
store?
I was stockroom.
Oh, okay.
I was like, put me in a stockroom. Then I ended up being overnight manager because it's like you just organize shit, nobody yells at you.
Yeah.
and then you
Nice.
just watch like whatever. Like there's like a whole social scene that was going on.
I've heard
Oh,
overnight shit isn't like I've heard overnight in a supermarket is wild. I've heard it's like insane people.
I didn't. I guess I was too young to notice.
Yeah.
Like because it was in KOP Mall where like that's
Okay.
shut down, so it's like 1 a.m. and there's nothing in KOP Mall. So all you think about is like, can I jump from the top to the second?
Yeah.
Like-
and I can.
Yeah.
What is
How deep is that fountain? Fucking.
How many nickels are in there? I'm gonna go in.
Yeah.
What is wild about the supermarket at night?
I think it's just the people that take the job of like restocking shelves are just nuts.
Oh, I thought it was
it's
like
just you're dealing with like a pack of just crazies just putting
Okay.
lining cereal up. I mean, if there's ever a job for somebody with OCD,
yeah, true.
it's stocking a
Definitely a job you can be high at.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Which turns out is most jobs.
I thought you were like,
I think I lived with a guy who did this job where like he
Stocking
was,
the shelves?
Yeah, because they're union too.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I remember
Okay.
him telling me like, look, it seems like it stocks pretty good money.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
No,
Yeah,
especially
seriously.
now you got AirPods exist. You can just toss those in, listen to podcasts the whole time.
yeah.
Damn, maybe I need to go in an overnight.
I would pick up an overnight. Fucking be like night at the museum. All the meats come back to life. Just hang out in there. That would rule.
I tried to work DoorDash during the pandemic, like it's just a side gig, and so many people were signed up for it that they were like, "We'll call you."
Really?
I was like, "Really?" I got turned away by DoorDash.
They
I
fucking
was
told you
pissed.
no?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I know 3 comics in the Lancaster area that do it through their girlfriend's name because they have a record.
I don't think that you could. I didn't know you could be told no.
Oh yeah. Apparently,
I
you
did
can.
Postmates and they were like, fucking good luck.
No, they told me no.
You crash, it's on you.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
What-
Yeah, I was on a bike. It was in 2016.
Oh,
I was
fuck.
opening
You
a
did it on a
gym in the
bike?
morning. Yeah, I made my own overnight shift.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because I was opening a gym at 5:30 a.m.
Hello,
right?
Mr. Mates. I have a proposition for you.
I ended up just falling into an overnight shift because like you can't miss opening a gym at 5:30 because
Yeah.
there's lawyers and high powered people and you're
Right,
fired
true.
and they yell at you.
Yeah.
So
you get a bunch
can't
of
miss
jacked
that.
hunks mad at you.
I used to do it too. Yeah,
That's like if you don't show up to Quizzo because you got too shit faced.
yeah. No.
So I got to be at a gym at 5:30 and it's in the middle of Philadelphia. And so what I would used to do is I would tell myself that I would do the 10 p.m. to like 2 a.m. bar shift because
Yeah.
I figured hammered people tip better. Be out there on a bike and then just hang out with the people I live with until 5:30 a.m. and then go.
Right.
That did not work long term.
Yeah, sure.
Because in
Turns
that
out
in between there
sleep-
was like drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to like, wait a second, I gotta go do towels at a gym. Hold on.
I got towels that
Looks
need
like
me.
I'm walking down there. Fuck.
Yeah. Holy shit. That's terrifying. And so you'd open and then would you work at the gym for a couple hours after? You
It
just
was
had to
till
open
10 a.m. and then you sleep because then it was like open mics or shows at night.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was so that you do like show, Postmates, hang out, get to the gym.
And then just be fucked up for like 5 hours in the morning at the gym?
It wouldn't be that bad.
No? Okay.
No, because like there was always activities. It was never like just sit around and get fucked up all the time.
Oh,
So,
okay,
like,
gotcha,
And then
gotcha,
I would be kind of like,
He's in there coaching a class.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
It's a bunch of
Okay, here
grandmas.
comes Zoom. I'm sweating. It's not like a fucking bar.
Like, dude,
It's
fucking
important to puke halfway through every session, guys.
I'm
Remember
throwing up on yoga balls.
It's the cha-cha slide every time. They're like, dude, he's doing the cha-cha slide.
I'm on a
again.
cleanse. I'm on a lemon cleanse. Why does it smell like IPA? I don't know.
You can put lemons in anything. Listen.
Are the tails done? I don't work here. I'm a customer. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I like to
Could've just
think
said
that the morning where you don't come to open it is also the morning after you didn't show up for Quizzo. So there's some guy that he was at the bar with all of his buddies. They had a quirky name for their team. Nobody showed up to run Quizzo, and he's like, at least I get to go to the gym in the morning and
Yeah.
fucking forget about this. He's just out front.
I've strategically ruined that man's like day routine. It's that one piece of shit. Yeah. I know it is.
You're just sleeping out
Yeah.
front of fucking Raven
Well,
Lounge.
it's because I've done overnights before when
Yeah.
I worked in retail at KOP that I was like, look, this is work. This like the math will work, and then eventually it just catches up to you.
Dude, I worked.
And you're not sleeping. You're
So
just
I worked in
going out.
hospitals for a while, and I worked with like a lot of like overnight hospital staff. There's some wild people
Really?
because they live a totally different life than everyone else. They are like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. straight work. So when they get off work, like their weekend starts on a Friday at 7 a.m. So like they're hitting bars and shit, and like that's when you hear like, oh, so and so bar opens at 9 a.m. It's like doctors and nurses and shit that work overnight shift, or it's like they just have to try to live like a normal life. It's weird. I don't
That
know.
would be fun to catch them and then watch them try to explain that they're not alcoholics.
right.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, actually, I'll show you where I work at.
They would all
This is
try
my
to do it
weekend."
because they'd be like, no, well, that's my. It's like you go now. I'm like, all right.
It still looks terrible.
Yeah,
It's
you-
9 a.m.
Yeah, you
It
have
looks
to wear your
bad.
scrubs.
It
yeah.
was. There was a couple times though where like I hung out with that crew and kind of got to experience it, and it's fucking fun.
Yeah. Oh,
like
I'm
just
sure.
getting apart. It's like school got canceled. It feels like a snow day every day.
Yeah, it's got to be alternate universe.
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
This feels like a movie set because normally when I drink, this doesn't look like this.
Right. Sun's not up.
Yeah.
Like, I can see people's faces.
People
now.
are
This is
moving and
tough.
they're busy, and I'm not worried about being attacked at all.
Yeah.
Actually, people are worried about me.
actually really upset about me. Everybody keeps side
I'm
glancing.
God.
Oh, I pissed my scrubs again.
I wet my scrubs.
Time to take these off in public.
Yeah. I don't know. What hospital staffs in general are wild people because they deal with like, especially I worked in operating rooms, so they deal with like the worst shit ever, like all day long. They deal with the possibility of somebody could die
Yeah. Well, that's what you're
at
thinking.
work, and then they're just like, all right, now I got to get off my shift and just go to my kid's fucking t-ball game.
Yeah.
Like, they're
It's
all
nuts.
wild.
You have to marry somebody with the same time schedule, right?
Yeah, a lot of them they didn't knock out that whole marriage thing very well. Like the overnight shift, they were.
I feel you.
It was they passed each
tough.
other around a lot.
They do
kind
get
of
it's
thing.
weird. My sister is a nurse and her husband works for like a hotel, so they have weird schedules. So the weird thing with them is they'll hit you up on like a fucking Wednesday at 4, and they're like, "What are you up to, man? We're off tomorrow. Let's do something."
Yeah,
and I'm
if
like,
you get
"What,
the
are you out of your
freedom, you're
mind,
like,
dude?"
but then if you got the freedom to do it, you're like, let's fucking do it.
Well, it's a good time, but then you realize you have to work tomorrow, and they're just gonna be like, "I'm gonna sleep for the next 4 days, and then be back on the shift at Sunday at 12 or some weird hour." It's
Yeah.
nuts.
It'd be fun to do for a little bit.
It's got to be sick. Yeah, I think they enjoy it.
For like
but
6 months.
I'd be too scared. I got to go 9 to 5. I need the man to tell me what to do.
You gotta go 9 to 5. You work from home. You're definitely
Yeah,
10:43.
you don't understand how hard I work. dude.
2:41.
You don't know what it's like to turn over and turn that laptop on and go back to bed. You don't know what I go through.
I don't, because I would be doing the exact same thing if I didn't have a kid.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
I
every
know.
day, dude. I log on, look at an email, and then I'm like, I need to sleep for 3 hours. I'm fucking beat. I'm still tired from drinking yesterday.
It's important
That's one
stuff.
wood, dude. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think did we hit an Owski? We did.
We're way over an
Oh
hour.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You can tell by how tired everybody just got.
I know we get sleepy.
I don't got
Started
podcast
stretching.
lungs.
I hit the stretch. It's like, hey, where's it at?
Loosened it
I
up.
ran by here
We're
at
good?
5:15 this morning. I was gonna knock on your window to fuck with you. I had to get up for. I'm an international businessman. I had to get up for a phone call that I
IBM.
didn't have to fucking
You're a
be on.
computer.
I am. Scan. That old printer. No, I was very tempted to just not like bang on your window and just take off.
I was probably up meditating and doing business,
true.
watching Gary Vaynerchuk. So
Damn.
I just
affected me.
sluggishly went throughout my day.
Damn.
fucking love doing business.
Speaking of doing business, what do you want to promote, Chris?
Yeah,
Look at
dude.
that segue.
Very good.
Nothing. I got nothing. I'm waiting to hear from the club in like 2 days.
Are you gonna do the podcast still or no? Is it you're gonna try to just do this as a live show now?
Doing live shows? I got to get back to it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, I'll
see
plug
what's
it
up.
for him. It's still out there. Oral presentations.
Yeah, and they're topic based. It's not like news of the day or anything. It's
Yeah.
like I did like arc welding, a magician from World War II.
Magnitogorsk.
I did Russian industrialization.
Listen
they're not
to-
great.
No,
but
they're incredible.
It's a guy that sounds like me who's trying to explain something. So it's a mixed bag. But check it out.
It's incredible. It was one of my favorite things to listen throughout like the lockdown, like the real deep part of the lockdown.
That's
of the
when
pandemic.
that's when I was cooking. When
I
it was
did a lot of like half-assed DIY stuff at my house listening to you. So
Oh, thanks,
you're
man.
my part of my kind of nice porch is accredited to you. So thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
dude,
thanks for
for
coming
doing
on,
it,
man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What do you got coming up?
We got the 28th post game show. We were talking about that earlier. Come by that. It's a fun time. Good lineup. Good group of kids.
We're gonna put all their jerseys on the wall.
hot group of kids. We're gonna take all their jerseys and give them what for? 27th, we'll be in Philly in Northern Liberties at a house show. Kelsey McKee runs, so she's put tickets up there. Then just check out things, just hang out, believe in yourself, show your dad you're not scared of him anymore because he gave you too much shit growing up, but you're bigger and stronger now, and you're sick of his shit on weekends or like holidays.
Yeah, or you could catch me on September 21st.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't interrupt your couch session. Then.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, September 21st. Are you on Nightcap?
No, I'm on the Comedy on the Crick at Penn's Landing. What's that place called?
I think it's called
Liberty
Penn's
Point.
Landing. Yeah.
Liberty Point, yeah.
I just reminded
But
me.
I'll probably swing by Nightcap. But yeah, you're on that one?
September 21st. Yeah, Fennell put me on.
Oh,
It's
nice,
a small
nice.
spot, but it's a cool show. It's like a late night Thursday show.
Really wild, fun show.
You just jump in. It's a showcase style thing, so that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Well, you can catch me after Liberty Point at Nightcap, seeing Chris. And then the next week is post game. You already mentioned that. And I got something else coming up the next couple weeks. I got to travel a bunch, but I got a few shows. Monte Comedy, Hacks Comedy Golf. It's still out there. Watch them. I just looked. One of the episodes is almost 2,000 views. So
Big 2K.
nothing to do with me. So go see which one it is.
No fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of Ain't no fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of